What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, and I'm here to bring you my takeaways and analysis video for this week's game versus Michigan State. And first of all, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you felt about the game. Are you pleased with the offense? You think that we've completely turned the corner, or was it just playing against a porous Michigan State passing defense? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. But anyways, getting into the analysis, coming into this game, I did see, a few people, and I've heard online and stuff like that, some people worrying about this game, being concerned about this game. It's a rivalry game and all that stuff. But, from my predictions video, I didn't think that this was going to be any type of issue. I compared Michigan State and the state of their program to what Maryland is going through right now. And it's just a downhill. It's just a spiral out of control. Their program is a dumpster fire right now. And I know some of it's dealing with injuries and stuff like that, but they just don't have it. So I was not concerned about this game. I figured it wasn't going to be that close. I predicted that all Michigan had to do was score more than 13 points and it would be a victory. Lo and behold, Michigan State only scored 10 points. They were lucky to score the 10 points. The Michigan defense, just due to some undisciplined play at the beginning of the game, gifted them some first downs with penalties. Other than that, they couldn't do anything, and it just boiled down to, can we score more than 13 points? Obviously, we could, and a lot of pleasant things from this game. First of all, just let me put it out there that two things that happened, two streaks that were broken this game. And those are, and I mentioned them in another video, is we had a streak going of consecutive games without a 100-yard wide receiver for the game, not including tight ends, but the wide receivers going for over 100 yards. That streak was snapped today by Ronnie Bell. It's almost as bad as that streak that we had before, where a wide receiver couldn't catch a touchdown. I remember that one was going on for a while. But, yeah, so that streak was broken. And the other streak was Shea Patterson passing for 300 yards. Up until this game, on all his starts, he hadn't passed for over 300 yards. And I thought that was an amazing stat. Especially the fact that he played Rutgers twice. So, everything was clicking. I mean, I would say the only thing that is a concern to me, if I want to nitpick, is that we started off the game kind of sluggish and slow. We allowed Michigan State to actually score a touchdown on us, like I said, from undisciplined play. Now, some of that could have been because of the emotions of playing a rival and, not really thinking properly and just leading with emotions. So some of that could have, played into it. But, yeah, it's amazing that we've gone that long with those two different things. I watch teams like LSU that are putting up, Joe Burrow is putting up like 300 yards every single week. He got a 100-yard receiver every single week. I've seen teams like Illinois that have been struggling to get 100-yard wide receivers and 300-yard passing games. So it just seems strange to me that with all the success and the wins that the team has amassed over these seasons, that we couldn't get a 100-yard wide receiver or get a 300-yard passing game from Shea Patterson. But all that happened this game, and let me say this, in all honesty, this looked like Shea's best game. He looked good this game for the first time, where it was pretty much a complete game from him. I wish he would have, did a little bit more of the pull it back and run from a quarterback run standpoint. I saw a couple of instances where he gave it to the running back where it was wide open for him. So I wish he would run with the football a little bit more. But all in all, he played a very good game. No stupid plays like throwing it left-handed out of bounds or anything like that. Ball looked good coming out of his hands. For the most part, good decisions with the football. And just playing with a lot of confidence. This is the most confident I've seen him play all year. I think that is the biggest issue with him, is playing with confidence. I think if he continues to play like the way he's playing, that this team can win and win these tough games and win these big games. Up until this point, the issue of Michigan up until this point has been, yeah, you're gonna beat up on the teams like Rutgers and Illinois and and Maryland and those teams like that. You're gonna beat up on them because you just have far superior talent than them. But there's only so much that this defense is going to be able to do. That's been our problem, is we've relied on their defense way too much and relied on our running game way too much. There hasn't been any variety, and when the going gets tough and Don Brown's defense can't bully teams off the field, that's where we run into problems. That's where we get pushed back. And once we get pushed back, that's when we're in trouble. So hopefully we can continue this momentum. I really don't know whether or not this was just us playing that well on offense as far as passing the football goes, or is it just that Michigan State's pass defense was that bad? It might be a combination of the two, but I thought we played really, really well. Really the big turnaround for this season as far as the team goes has been the continuity and improved play of both the offense and defensive line. I've always harped on the line play, and I feel as though once we started playing better on both sides of the football as far as our lines go, it's really helped our team. We've gone away and gone more back to a traditional run game, and for the most part ditched the whole RPO thing, and it's allowed our offensive linemen to block with more confidence. And once you're playing more solidly and you're giving your quarterback more time, and you know that it's going to be either a pass block or a run block, it allows you to get more holes, and it allows you to do things with confidence because you know exactly what's going on, as opposed to kind of it floating out there like you don't know whether or not you should be doing this or doing that. And any type of indecision is just deadly to trying to get anything done successfully. So all in all, I'm happy with the result. I feel bad for Michigan State. I feel bad for Coach Dantonio. I really think that this is probably going to be the end for him. I read on a lot of these different pages and blogs and stuff like that they felt as though he needed this win in order to kind of hold on to his position, and to get blown off the face of the earth like they did is not going to bode well for him staying on as coach at Michigan State. Like I said, I know they had a bunch of injuries and stuff like that, but you lost at home against Illinois with a 21-point lead in the fourth quarter. I mean, if that's not a low blow to your season, I don't know what is. But so on to the next game. I guess the only issue I would say I had also was that we didn't really get the running game going. Uh, that kind of struggled. I mean, to a extent, was to be kind of expected, just due to Michigan State's overall run defense. But I would have expected a little bit more. Didn't really, to be honest with you, I didn't really see any. The focus really on the passing game, so didn't really focus on trying to run the football per se. They kind of did it in order to keep the defense honest, but the focus definitely this game was not on running the football; it was on passing. And it was great to see Ronnie Bell, which is it's strange to me that Ronnie Bell is our number one wide receiver. I'm just putting that out there. I mean, he had a heck of a game, not only just catching the football and breaking tackles and getting yards after the catch and all sorts of stuff like that. But I was also impressed with with his blocking down the field and stuff like that. Real solid player. I feel good about him and confident in him as a wide receiver in the future. It's just strange that he's now resoundingly our number one wide receiver. Don't know what happened to Tariq Black. He's just kind of I don't know. I don't know if he regressed or his foot injuries have slowed him down, but he's not even. He's to me number 4 or 5 in the depth chart now. He might get a catch or two a game, but he's not. He's definitely not the wide receiver that was thought upon 2 years ago when he was just coming on strong and you thought he was going to be the next big thing. All of that has just gone out the window. So, next game is going to be a real. The next game is, other than obviously the Ohio State game, that's without saying that's going to be a concern. But I wasn't concerned about this game. I was really concerned about next week going on the road versus Indiana. That's definitely going to be a huge concern to me because we've always struggled against Indiana, especially on the road. Indiana's playing well this season. 7-3 now at the time that I'm making this video. But really solid season. AP, I think, ranked in the top 25 in the AP. Probably going to drop out this week because they lost. But still a dangerous team. And a team that has always given us fits. So I'm really concerned about that game. One last thing I wanted to add to this video. I was going to make his own video about this, but I just wanted to add this on. Probably by this point in time of me recording this, all the Ohio State fanboys that just like to lurk on my videos and make comments and stuff like that probably clicked off. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. I was going to make my own separate video about that, but don't want to do it because I don't want to deal with the negative comments and stuff like that from the Ohio State fanboys and stuff like that. But I just got to say this. I know I'm obviously a huge Michigan fan, and it would seem like I have some sort of bias already, but this what I'm saying has nothing to do with bias. It's just my own personal opinion. The whole Chase Young situation is a bunch of crap. I just find it really, really convenient that he only gets 2 games of suspension, and those 2 games happen to be versus Rutgers in Maryland. Come on. That's just a little bit too convenient. Also, it's too convenient that all this comes out at the time where it would allow him to get suspended for those 2 games. So, either that's very, very coincidental that that happened, or we're talking about that just being a setup, and basically that being them telling him what to do and what to say and when to do it in order for everything to work out in their favor. So it is what it is. Like I said, I just think it's just real convenient that that's the case. Personally, I just think that they probably already knew about this from a long time ago, knew that this was going to come out, and just decided this is what we're going to do as a strategy. We're going to go ahead and on such and such a date, we're going to go ahead and have you to make a statement about what happened, and then it's going to become big-time news. The NCAA is going to investigate. Meanwhile, they probably already knew what was going to happen, how long the suspension was going to be, and just basically picked and choose when that suspension was going to be, so that it would be against the two teams that wouldn't be able to stop, them regardless of whether he was playing or not. So it is what it is. Obviously, it wasn't the two games versus Penn State and Michigan. No, it's not that. It's going to be against Rutgers. Ooh, it's against Maryland. Whoop-de-doo. So I just thought that was real convenient. But it is what it is. We'll just have to see how it goes. When it comes to the big game, we'll just see how that game plays out. I guess I would hate to see us beat them and then they use that as an excuse that, oh, well, Chase Young didn't play, so that's why. So, anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you got this point into the video, definitely let me know how you feel in the comment section below, especially about that Chase Young situation. Let me know how you feel about that, whether or not you agree with what I said, or if you just think that it is what it is. Let me know how you feel about that. If you like the video, definitely feel free to leave a like on the video. It definitely helps my channel. And if you like my content, definitely subscribe to the channel. Trying to grow the channel as big as possible, so any help would be definitely appreciated. Thank you so much for watching the video, and as always, go blue.